Greetings, YouTube. By the time this hits my inbox for my YouTube channel, the gifting event's over. And sorry, my man, Mink, no time to do incursions right now. You can see the temporary gifting has 41 minutes and 38 seconds at the time of recording this. Hopefully, sometimes lately my Oklahoma internet has not been very kind and I haven't been able to process videos for over an hour. But assuming this makes it onto my channel, we have a black elephant in the room of the gifting event, which I haven't covered yet because I wasn't sure when I would cover it or how I would cover it. But then I received some messages in the past 24 hours from people who are amongst those at the very top of the gifting list that were saying, look, I have heard from back channels because the rewards are so good this year, right? The rank rewards are so unbelievably good that there's going to be a push from the black market of MCOC to get people over the top and get those top 30 spots. And yeah, we have some rules in place now, right? We have some rules in place for the first time. Really 3 rules. If you want those alliance points, you had to be in an alliance before like December 5th, December 4th. If you wanted to participate at all, you had to have an account that was made before sometime in November. And then you also had to be level 40 and be a conqueror. I guess that's technically maybe 4 rules. First time we've had that. Normally the gifting event is open to anybody like level 5 and above. And that includes pretty much everybody. Unless you created an account like yesterday. And even then, you could probably get to level 5 pretty fast. Now Kabam did do a pretty creative thing. And that was give 2 opportunities for any account, maybe, certainly level 5 and above, to get greater gifting crystals for cash. And we saw some accounts that had their best champions be 3 stars suddenly get 5 and 6 stars. Because of that, which I covered in a separate video and caused a few people to be upset, though, to be honest, that happens all the time, every year in the gifting event. And actually, that still is less than usual, because those people who spent cash to get 5 and 6 star champion opportunities and rank up resources they wouldn't see for maybe years of progression still didn't get alliance rank rewards points, which normally until this year they would have got anyway. But I guess the big question is, can Kabam really do anything about this? And the answer seems to be more complicated than a yes or a no. They have to be upset. They have to be so upset. Because we know that they want people to buy units through their unit store. We know what the retail price of units are. It's been the same way since the game started, right? The best value, quote unquote, is the Odin for $100, which is a lot of money to a lot of people, including myself. $100 for 3,000 units, technically 3,100 units. But just for the sake of the greater gifting crystal conversation, 10 greater gifting crystals for $100. That is the retail price. That's what Kabam expects people to spend in order to have a legal, fair, whatever you want to call it, retail price shot at trading greater gifting crystals. But we know for years and years and years that there has been a dark side to this event that people have taken advantage of. And I have chosen to not promote those people at all on my channel because they not only break the terms of service, but it really is a slippery slope, but also not cover them. Let's say you hear about this and you're like, man, I'd love to get in contact with those people right now. Well, sorry, by the time this video hits my channel, the gifting event is over. So I wanted to make sure to wait until it was over to even talk about it. But regardless, you've got people who are trading, say, $100 worth of greater gifting crystals, but you send them $50 cash through maybe PayPal. I don't know. So you're getting greater gifting crystals for half off. And you don't have people who are just hitting these accounts up once or twice. You've got them hitting them up for thousands of dollars. And they can do this because these accounts are alt accounts that a lot of times either are bot accounts that somehow made it through Kabam's detection system, or they're just accounts where people have spent their own hard-earned time, honestly, grinding all year to make cash off of their effort. And those accounts, it's really hard to be as much at fault with because they earn the units legally. Like, let's say that I grinded the arena legally for 2 hours a day, almost every day, all year, and my account checked all the boxes. It was level 40. Let's say I was uncollected, and I was either in an alliance, or in this case, alliance don't matter because it's not about getting alliance points. It's just about gifting. And I had raised, let's say, 30,000 units, just for the sake of argument, you know. Let's say I had raised, 30,000 units. Well, I am free to do with those units because they were earned legally whatever I want. And if that person is going to say if you send me cash, I'll gift you X amount of greater gifting crystals, I don't think Kabam can do anything about that. But I think the bigger issue is that there are still some accounts that could have like 120,000 units worth of an opportunity for making black market money off of the gifting event. And this is where it gets a little ethically dicey more than ever. Let's say you've got two people battling for one of those top 30 individual spots with the juicy rank rewards. And one person is slightly in the lead, but they've got, I don't know, let's say 1,000 greater gifting crystals for half off the 3,100 All Father Odin's Vault price. And the other person, who's slightly behind him, has spent every purchase in the game through the unit store legally and spent, and I know people don't believe me when I say this, but there are people who spend over $20,000 on the gifting event. 20 grand. Like the same price as my car. The same price that, I don't care where you're living, that's a lot of rent money for several months. You could have 4 months of rent in New York City, because I know a former student that spends $5,000 a month on a studio apartment. Now, keep in mind, it's studio in Manhattan, but, you know, that's 4 months worth of rent for $5 grand a piece, and this is for a gifting event. I don't know if there is really a solution to this. I know people are, understandably, because the rewards are as good as they've ever been, complaining about this part of the event. But I do think there are some people who just grind their alt accounts legally like crazy and don't break any terms of service rules, and those accounts shouldn't be flagged in the same way that somebody who's done 200,000 PvP fights and somehow managed to escape the Kabam ban system should be flagged. Really, you know, if I have to make a determination, given that this has been going on at times in plain sight for years now, I think it's just going to have to be part of the event. I don't say that with glee. I don't say that with any kind of joy. But because of the rules that are in place, the system's there. And, you know, personally, I do think the gifting event for most people is fun. And I usually only spend about $300 to $400 worth of units on it. And so it's a pretty conservative amount of money for you know, most people who are trying to spend. And I don't care if I get the top 20% instead of the top 5%. I know I'm never going to get the top 100 or 30 or whatever. But the gifting event is still kind of a cool thing to look forward to, especially when the game's gone stale. And what you don't want to have happen is for Kabam to be like, well, the gifting event's just not going to happen again because we can't control the black market. I think they've looked at the amount of income that they make legally, and it's more to them, it outweighs the con of knowing that that market exists. However, I still get why some people are like, Prof, I can't believe you haven't talked about this on your channel, because it's more rampant than ever before given the stakes of the ranked rewards for this event. What do you think, YouTube? I want to get this video in under 10 minutes, and we are almost there, so we need to end it here to avoid those pesky triple ads and save you some time. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This subject matter is definitely a divisive one.